Welcome to Airailimages Video Magazine number 44. I'm Fred Johnson and I'll be your host. Have a seat and buckle in for a road trip through Nevada, Arizona, California's beautiful and sparse Owens Valley, and Carson City's Railroad Museum. And you don't even have to buy gas. Nellis Air Force Base at Las Vegas, Nevada is a great plane spotting venue during red flag exercises. There's also test work going on here. Take a look at this F-22 with reflective silver skin panels. We also saw some heavies in early February, including a B-52, KC-135, and a C-5 raising clouds of dust on takeoff. Be sure to watch our Red Flag 22-1 videos on the Airailimages channel. The clear winter skies over Lake Havasu City, Arizona provide an impromptu air show. With military operating areas and aerial refueling tracks in the vicinity, you can look up and see a KC-135 leading an HC-130J in aerial refueling overhead. Late evening sun illuminates the C-130. Apache attack helicopters cruised the desert near the city. We spent a day outside Luke Air Force Base near Surprise, Arizona, photographing F-35s and Mirage aggressors. The next day, one of the contract Mirages crashed in the desert. The pilot ejected safely. Watch our extensive Luke plane spotting video on the Airailimages channel. We used the Sony FDR AX53 video camera and a Sony A7R III with Sony 200 to 600 mm lens for these images. It's a Southern Pacific Class M8 260 Mogul, and it was displayed on a curved section of track in Globe, Arizona when we visited in February 2022. The Southern Pacific owned hundreds of Moguls, and a number survived into the 1950s on smaller freight operations. After 3 million miles of service, Mogul number 1774 was presented to the City of Globe on 2 November 1956. In Duncan, Arizona, we encountered this former drone QF-100F Super Sabre in the midst of repairs to its display mount. Remnants of high-visibility orange paint under the camouflage are clues to its time as a drone. While visiting the Pima Air and Space Museum in Tucson, we could watch A-10s from nearby Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. We'll have a complete separate video about the museum. The Arizona Sonora Desert Museum is a relaxing way to see and learn about this ruggedly beautiful country and its natural inhabitants, plus the occasional overflight. The Alabama Hills just above Lone Pine, California, have been the setting for Western movies and TV shows since the 1920s. They have also been stand-ins for exotic foreign locations. Take a look. We're at the Railroad Museum in Laws, California. A lot of interesting Southern Pacific narrow gauge equipment here. Take a look. Hey, we're at the Nevada State Railroad Museum in Carson City. There's always something interesting to see here. In the shops, they're working on a replica of the Virginia and Truckee Railroad's first steam locomotive, the Lion. Locomotive number 8 behind me has been put on static display with some boiler issues, but there are other locomotives that are capable of operating at this great museum. Take a look. This is a full-size replica of the Virginia and Truckee's first locomotive, the Lion. This 260 project was started in Clear Lake, Iowa by Stan Gentry. It will be finished by the team at the Nevada State Railroad Museum. The original Lion was scrapped in the 1890s. Fortunately, plans for the locomotive survived. The original Lion was built by the Union Iron Works of San Francisco. Virginia and Truckee's original 1875 Baldwin 440, the Inyo, nearest camera, still occasionally steams up. Facing the camera is the V&T engine Dayton. Glenbrook is a 3-foot gauge 260 that operates on the dual gauge track at the museum. The Nevada State Railroad Museum is a treasure to be visited in Carson City. Well, that takes care of Airailimages Video Magazine number 44. Thank you for watching. We hope you'll subscribe to the Airailimages channel.